wanted to curse the Jews, and God forced his hand and made him offer words of blessing instead. One of the most famous blessings in our tradition was a sentence offered by Balaam, where he tells the Jewish people, "Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael." How beautiful are your tents, Jacob, your sanctuary places, O Israel. It's an amazing blessing. But our commentaries ask, why does the verse have to repeat itself? We're talking about tents, we're talking about sanctuaries. We know that they both represent the Jewish home. What's the difference between the two? And so while on some level an ohel, a tent, and a mishkan, a sanctuary, are synonyms, they actually mean something very different. Rashi tells us that the meaning of ohel and the blessing that was offered by Balaam to the Jewish people of an ohel was such that their tents didn't have doors that faced each other. The doors actually were never lined up immediately one against the other, so that each and every Jewish home could have privacy for a couple. And so the meaning of ohel is that there is a special, private, secluded relationship that exists between every married couple. And it's a tent. It comes with you wherever you go. And it's a relationship that exists between the two of you and no other. That's blessing number one. But blessing number two is a mishkan. It's to create a sanctuary. A mishkan comes from the Hebrew root shachen, which means a neighbor. A shachen is someone you invite into your home. Like the mishkan, the tabernacle in the desert, which was a home for God, but all people, Jews and non-Jews, were welcome to come in and to celebrate and feel that special spiritual connection they had with the divine. You're also creating a mishkan in this moment, a space where your two lives open up to your entire community around you. Dana and Ben, you've already learned so much about creating an ohel, an oasis of love and respect between the two of you that is yours and no one else's. You told me that despite your incredibly busy lives, separate careers, and social circles, you make it a priority to go out to dinners together when you can foster your own unique relationship. We create an ohel when we act selflessly for one another, like when you, Ben, memorized the Hebrew necessary to ask for Dana's hand in marriage and to Roni for Dana's hand in marriage. Or Dana, when you selflessly attend Flyers games with Ben to make sure that he can sustain his sports addiction. These acts of selflessness, they're not the only essential ingredients that bring you together today, but they will continue to be with you for the rest of your lives. I think it's important to remember that marriage is not a one-time ceremony. It's a choice that you wake up and reaffirm to each other each and every day. And my first blessing to you is that your ohel, your tent that exists between the two of you, should continue to be strengthened. As important it is to have a tent of respect and dignity and love for each other, Judaism asks more of a married couple. When you stand under this chuppah, the walls are open to the rest of the world to remind you of your connections to the larger community, and more importantly, the responsibilities you have to them. You didn't arrive here to each other in a vacuum. Your relationship is defined by the lessons that you learned from your parents, grandparents, siblings, extended family, and friends. They fostered you to this incredible moment in your lives today, and your home must have space for them and the new friends and family that you're going to bring into your lives. Fortunately, that's a lesson that you've already internalized as well. Dana, Ben mentioned to me that you spend more time talking to his mom than he does. And Ben, it's clear for the immense respect that you have for Dana's family, even putting up with Ovadia-style humor, and I hope they are just jokes. Your marriage must also function as that mishkan, a sanctuary, where you take your place in the chain of the Jewish people. Just like the sanctuary exists in the desert, connecting us to God and to our traditions, to our mitzvot, and to our Torah teachings, that's yours to carry on to the next generation. Commitment, your commitment,